Hi, welcome to Class FitSugar. I'm Charlee Atkins, and today I'll be taking you through a 30-minute full body strength workout using some of my favorite exercises to help power you through your day. This session is sponsored by Under Armour. Shop my look in the caption below. I'll be using a pair of medium and heavy dumbbells today, so if you have some, be sure to grab them and let's get started. Okay, to begin our warm-up, let's just start with some cross-body reaches combined with some overhead reaches. Don't overthink it, just fall right into the movement. If you miss a few reaches, it's totally okay. More than anything, we're just trying to get the heart rate up. We're trying to warm up the body before we come into this full body strength workout. So as you're reaching across the body, you wanna really push something away from you, and then as you're reaching up overhead, to see if you can get the bicep right by the ear. We've got about 5 more seconds left, and then we're gonna transition into what might be a new exercise for some of you. I want you to grab onto your heaviest weight, and all we're going to do is you're just gonna push that weight up overhead, opposite hand is in a fist, and we're just marching here in place. So we're adding some core stability combined with an upper body warm-up and strength as a part of our entire warm-up for the full body workout class that we're doing today. As you're marching, pull the toe towards the shin. And don't worry, we're gonna switch sides here in just a second. Good, give me one more march on each leg, and then go ahead and bring your weight down safely. Switch sides, push it up overhead, and then go ahead and start marching again. Now, if you have a lighter set of weights, what you can do is you can double up your dumbbells, and it's just gonna make it a little bit heavier as you reach up overhead. Think about standing up nice and tall, keeping the shoulder relaxed. Good. Let's do 4 more marches total. That's 2 per leg. And then from here, we're gonna come into a good old faithful warm-up exercise. We will be doing just an alternating reverse lunge. So standing up nice and tall, you're just stepping back knee kisses the ground, coming right back up. Now, if you would like to pump up the intensity of this workout, you can always grab onto a dumbbell, or if you just wanna do this as body weight, we are just in the warm-up for now. I really like to focus on exhaling as I come up to standing, and really think about keeping your chest upright as we're stepping back. Give me about 10 more seconds, really focusing on trying to get that back knee down on the ground and pushing yourself up to standing through that front leg. Good, let's do 1 more lunge on each leg, and then you're just gonna meet me in standing. Go ahead and reach your hands out in front of you, thumbs up, and then all we're gonna do is we're gonna start to warm up the shoulder blades. So think about rolling the shoulder blades back, have soft knees, fire up the glutes. Good. So we call these scap cars, short for scapular controlled articular rotations. They're much better called scap cars than using the long name. From there, reverse the direction. Now, if you're a little confused on what's happening, think about pulling the armpits down, pulling the shoulder blades off the back, lifting the shoulders up towards the ear, and then pushing them away. Don't overthink it. More than anything, just think about warming up the shoulder blades. Good. Go ahead and give me a few more reps. And then from there, let's go ahead and head into our first round of exercises. So I do want you to grab your 2 medium weight dumbbells. I'll be using 10 pounds, but you grab whatever is available to you. And our first exercise is going to be a squat curl press. So this is like the creme de la creme of compound exercises. We are combining everything. Weights out in front of you, you're gonna tap the ground, you're gonna curl, and then you're gonna do an overhead press, just as the name suggests. Now don't speed through these exercises. I want you to go slow and controlled, and really think about each exercise as we're doing them, instead of just turning it into one mumble jumble or mix of moves. So you're really thinking about executing a solid, strong squat, bicep curl, overhead press. Good. Nice. Now in your squats, think about driving your knees out, keeping your heart up, and dropping your tailbone straight down in between the heels. Let's go for 2 more reps. That's my 1. Good. Curl and then press. Good. Go ahead and put down one of your weights. For our next exercise, we're going to be doing an upper body exercise targeting the biceps and the back. Coming into this split position standing, all you're going to be doing is a row combined with a bicep curl. So back muscles and then biceps. Straight line from the head all the way to the tailbone. Having that nice active position in the legs. That way you can keep a straight line from the head all the way to the tailbone. Elbow to the sky, wrist to the rib. Don't swing the weights. You want to think about strength. So you're pulling and then you're pulling. So it's 2 pulling exercises, right? Good, almost there. And then we're gonna switch sides. Perfect. From there, just go ahead and switch arms. Now, if your weight is super heavy, you can just do the row, because I know that doing the bicep curl with a heavier weight might feel super challenging. So remember, it's bicep curl, elbow to the sky, wrist to the rib. You're pulling weight away from the ground in both of these exercises. In this standing position, really think about having a straight line from the head all the way to the tailbone. And whenever you row, don't twist the body. You've got about 10 seconds left. Good, almost there. Perfect. Now from here, as we head into our next exercise, you can either grab your heavy or your medium weight. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with my medium weight. Half kneeling position, back toe has got to be tucked under. If you are shoelaces down, I want you to challenge yourself to tuck the back toe under. This is one of the best oblique exercises. It's called a chop and a lift. And all I'm doing is pushing that weight up and lowering it back down controlled. If you're not feeling it in the core, it could be because your weight is too light or you're not stable enough in the lower body. So tuck the toe under, fire up the glute, and you're just lifting and chopping. So the lift portion is where you're lifting something up. Chopping is if you had an axe and you were cutting down, I don't want to say tree, but if you were chopping some wood. So we got the lift and the chop. Good. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Back toe is tucked under, half kneeling position. And then whenever you're ready, you're just lifting and chopping. Good. Use that bottom leg to fire up the glutes, almost so it feels like a solid hip flexor stretch on that bottom leg. About 20 more seconds left to go. Remember, if you are using heavy weights, you can always slow down the reps or take a quick beat in between each one of the reps. 10 seconds left. Really thinking about lifting the weight up, lowering it down nice and slow and controlled. Go ahead and give me 2 more. Good, and then from there you can go ahead and get rid of your weight, and we're gonna come right back up to standing, and we're gonna head into those butt kicks. So either doing your standing butt kicks, or if you really feel like working or pushing it hard, go ahead and come into some jogging butt kicks. Now I like to put my hands behind my booty and hit my heels to my hands sometimes if I am really wanting to give myself a target. Good, 20 seconds. Remember, the goal is to get the heart rate up. Almost there. Keep going. Keep in mind, next exercise, we're going right back to the top with that squat, curl, press. Good. We got 3, 2, and then 1. Good. Grab onto your weights again. We're right back at the top. Squat, curl, press. Take a breath in between. Make sure you catch your breath. And then here we go. So setting yourself up for success at the top. That way you don't have to play catch up throughout the rest of the exercise. What do I mean by that? Set up your squat at the beginning. Make sure you have a solid foundation. That way, whenever you are in the middle of your exercises, if something doesn't feel right, you don't lose time fixing something that you could have done in the beginning, right? Heart stays up, knees press out. Really think about driving the earth away from you as you come out of that squat. 1 more. Perfect. Go ahead and get rid of one of your weights. Grab a lighter weight if you need it. We're just gonna be heading into the row with the bicep curl. It doesn't matter which arm you start with, simply because we are going to be switching sides. So we have our bicep curl on that row. Think about pulling the weight away from the ground, keeping the elbow tight to the rib, keeping the shoulder out of the ear. Great for our back muscles, great for our biceps, that upper arm. Good. Can you give me 2 more reps? So row combined with a curl. Good. From there, you're just gonna go ahead and switch sides. Also, make sure that you're doing the same weight on both sides. Let's go ahead and fire up this opposite side. And the reason why I say that is because if you notice that you have an imbalance, which is completely normal, one side of our body is always going to be stronger than the other. Not always, but it's very common. So if that is you, you are not alone. But what you want to do is you want to build up the strength on the weaker side with the same weight that you're using for the stronger side. Otherwise, you're just going to continue building that imbalance if you're using a heavier weight on one side and a lighter weight on the other. I hope that makes sense. Good. From there, let's go ahead and head into that chop and lift. We're in that half kneeling position. Back toe is tucked under. All you're going to do is lift that body or lift that weight across the body, not letting the weight crash down, but lowering it down nice and slow and controlled. Let your breath help you. And if you notice that your elbows are bending, that's totally okay. You don't need to have straight arms for this exercise. The focus is going to be at the core. So I want you to feel the body resisting the movement of the weight and how it's trying to pull the body in an opposite position. From there, let's switch sides. Everything we do on the right, we do on the left. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and fire it up. I'll say it again, this is one of those exercises that a lot of people don't usually feel. I promise you, if you're doing this with a heavier weight, you're gonna feel how much your core has to work on not letting the body twist as this weight comes up and down. We're gonna shake it out after this exercise, keep that in mind. We've got our butt kicks coming up next, and then we're gonna introduce a whole new set of exercises. Good, give me one more. And then go ahead and get rid of that weight. Come on up to standing, and we're gonna be doing our butt kicks. So two options here. You can do a standing butt kick where you're right here, not really jumping, nice and low impact, or if you wanna kick up the intensity, you're just gonna jog it out. So staying upright, really reaching the heel towards the booty. Try to get the heart rate up. Heart rate's up, we are kicking butt, finishing nice and strong. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so for each workout, you're always building up to like one major exercise. This is where it's gonna come in. I want you to grab your dumbbells, and we are going to be doing a dumbbell squat jump. Yes, you heard it right, we're doing a weighted squat jump. So what I want you to do is you're just setting yourself up as if you're gonna jump as high as possible, and then all you're gonna do, lower yourself down, reset in between each squat jump. Weights are just gonna stay right at your side. Good. So if you notice, in my squat jumps, I'm keeping my chest up, my hands stay right at my side, come down, explode, absorb, reset, and repeat. Good. Now, if you don't wanna jump, you can always just lift up onto the balls of the feet, or you can just come into a classic squat. Good, give me one more wherever you're at. Perfect. From there, go ahead and get rid of one of your weights. You can hold on to the single weight that you have, and you can either hold it at the chest or you can hold it in the goblet position like this. I'm gonna hold it right here at my chest. Both toes are pointed forward. We're gonna be doing an alternating lateral squat. This targets the inner and outer thighs as well as the quads in the booty. Great exercise right here. So option 1, you can reach the weight out in front of you, or if you have a heavier weight, which I hope you do, you're just gonna keep that weight right at your chest. In an alternating lateral squat, we're going from one side to the other, toes are pointed forward, shifting the hips back, keeping the chest up, lowering down, and then switching sides. So you're not leaning. This is one of the biggest errors that I see in alternating lateral squats, is that people lean. You're not gonna do that today. You're just gonna let your legs do the work, your lower body do the work, and all you have to do is hold on to that weight, bend the knee, push the tailbone back, and that's gonna be what pulls your body from one side to the other. Good. From there, let's go ahead and come down onto the mat. So we're gonna be doing a side plank extension. Keep a weight close by because you might want it, or you might not, depending on where you're at. Shoulders over the elbow, knees are bent, heels are slightly behind the tailbone. All you're going to do is lift yourself up, press the hips forward, slowly lower right back down. So this is a booty exercise, as well as an oblique exercise. Shifting hips forward, lifting yourself up and controlling the lowering down. Now, if you wanna bump up the intensity, you're gonna put that dumbbell right on top of your hips. Same thing, don't let your body crash down to the mat. You're gonna control the lowering. You're gonna feel that right on the outer edge of the booty. Good, give me one more on this side. And then we're gonna go ahead and switch sides. Same thing, opposite leg. So the main setup is you wanna make sure that the shoulder's over the elbow. Knees are bent, heels are slightly behind the booty. With or without the weight, your choice. But if you use the weight on the first round of exercises, make sure that you're doing the exact same thing on the opposite side. So we're really focusing on strengthening our body by balancing out both sides. So just to make sure that I do what I did on the last one, gonna make sure that the final few reps, I do have the weight. Driving your shin down into the mat, pausing at the top, slowly lowering down. Can you give me one more? Good, and then from there, we're right back to the top. So we're going to be doing those dumbbell jump squats again. So if holding onto the dumbbell is too challenging for you, which it can be, just do it with body weight. Absorb the landing, lowering down, repeating in between. Good. Really think about pushing yourself away from the mat, catching yourself on the bottom. Perfect. Chest stays up, make sure knees are pressing out. You got this, come on, only a few more seconds. Can you give me one more best one of the day? Great, and then let's go ahead and get rid of one of our dumbbells, or if you would like to get rid of both your dumbbells, you can. We're just gonna come right back into those alternating lateral squats. Toes are pointed forward, not out. Toes are pointed forward, and then whenever you're ready, you're just gonna bend one knee, shift the hips back, and then go ahead and alternate sides. Good, so keep the chest up. Remember, you're not leaning. You're just bending the knee, pushing the tailbone back, keeping the chest up. This is our inner and our outer thigh exercise, working on the booty as well. Good. Now, if you want to challenge the exercise, all you have to do is try to get a little bit deeper, or you can pause at the bottom and then push yourself up. So instead of speeding up exercises, if you actually slow them down, they become a bit more challenging in the best way possible. Less than 10 seconds, keep going. Can you give me one more on each leg? Good. And then from there, let's go ahead and come on down to the mat. You can do this with or without a weight. I'm gonna go ahead and abandon the weight because this exercise as body weight alone is enough for me. Shoulders over the elbow, bend the knees, heels are slightly behind the tailbone in this position, and then all you're doing is lifting yourself up, controlling yourself as you lower right back down. If you wanna reach this top hand out in front of you, if you're doing this with body weight, this is another way you can challenge the core. Remember, slow down the exercises, don't speed them up. When you slow them down, they become so much more challenging. So what I'm talking is pause at the top and then slowly lower yourself down. Good. Give me one more on this side. Perfect. And then let's go ahead and switch. Shoulders over the elbow, palm is flat down on the ground. Knees are bent, heels are slightly behind the booty. Now the way that you're getting yourself up off the mat is you're just driving that shin down into the mat, pressing the hips forward. So this is very similar to a hip raise or a glute bridge. So think about your belly button pressing forward, lowering yourself down. Good. I promise you, you're gonna feel this in your booty tomorrow, and you will be so glad that you did this exercise. Good. Can you give me 2 or 3 more reps depending on your tempo? Meaning slower is sometimes or always better. Good, now from here, we're gonna be staying on the mat for all of these exercises. I want you to come down onto your back. You're not gonna need to wait for this one. Lying on your back, you should not be able to touch your heels with your hands. So I want you to press the lower back into the mat. You're gonna hug one knee into the chest. This is my left knee. And then all we're doing is we're targeting the booty again with these single leg hip raises. In that top position, really think about pushing the heel away from the shoulder. So I'm talking about my right leg. For the elevated leg, pull the toe towards the shin and the knee towards the chest. You're gonna really feel your hamstring and your booty in this exercise. Working the back of the leg. Good. Can you give me 2 more reps? And then we're just gonna go ahead and switch sides. So go ahead and kick that leg out. Knees are bent. Remember, I should not be able to touch my heels. Switching sides, right knee pulls into chest, and then whenever you're ready, here we go. So really pressing up through that standing leg. At the top of your exercise, think about driving your heel away from your shoulders. That's on the down leg. Good. Targeting the back of the thigh, the booty, working on the hamstrings and the glutes. Keep hugging or pulling that opposite knee, the elevated knee, in towards the chest. We're almost there. Can you give me 2 more reps? That's 1, 2, and then good. From there, just go ahead and roll over onto the side of the body. And we're gonna be working on our triceps for this next one. So lying down on the ground, reach your top arm straight out. You're gonna have your opposite hand in front of your chest. And then all we're doing is we're doing these single arm push-ups where I'm just pressing myself away from the mat. So a lot of people call these tricep push-ups side lying tricep push-ups, but the good news is that every push-up works the tricep. So this top arm might feel a little bit funky simply because it doesn't really do anything. But if you can, try to bring this bottom arm or the top arm off the ground. Good, give me 1 more. Ooh, perfect. Should feel that right there in the tricep. Let's go ahead and switch sides, same thing, opposite side. Top arm is overhead, or I should say, bottom arm is overhead. And then all you're doing is pushing yourself away from the mat through this top arm. Just push away from the mat. So this is a pushing exercise. Push, targeting the tricep, back of the arm. Good, can you give me 2 more reps? Here's 1. Last one for this set. Good. Now go ahead and grab your medium weight. So I'll be grabbing my 10-pound weight. We're gonna be lying down on the ground, targeting the core, the obliques specifically. Right knee is out, left knee is up. Weight is in the left hand, right arm is right in line with the right leg. From here, you're gonna roll yourself up, pushing the weight up towards the sky, slowly lowering yourself down. So working on the obliques, quarter get up, also known as the get out of bed exercise. Now the entire time you're looking at that dumbbell, reaching it up towards the sky. You can also use your legs to help you get up. And if holding onto a dumbbell is a little too challenging, you can always do this exercise as just body weight. Go ahead and give me 1 more. And then we're gonna go ahead and switch sides. So stay right where you are. All you have to do is put the weight in the opposite hand. The knee that is up is the arm that is up. And from here, all we're going to do is we're gonna roll ourselves up, slowly lower yourself right back down. Pushing the weight up towards the sky, bringing yourself right back down to the mat. Keeping that arm as straight as possible. Rolling yourself slowly back down onto the mat before you reset and do the exercise again. One of my favorite core exercises. Good. Can you give me 2 more reps? 1, and then 2. Good. From there, go ahead and get rid of the weight. We're headed right back to the top with those single leg hip raises. So lying down on the ground, remember you should not be able to touch your heels. Doesn't matter which leg you start with. I'm gonna pull my left knee in. From there, we're lifting ourselves up, slowly lowering yourself down. So for this time, I want you to pause and then slowly lower down. Lift and pause, slowly lower down. The theme of this workout is strength. So in order for us to get stronger, we have to be able to hold these positions, which is a strong position, for just a little bit longer to help build those muscles. We call that time under tension. So we're just changing the tempo of the exercise, making it a bit more challenging, building our strength. Good, can you give me 2 more reps on this side? As soon as you finish, go ahead and switch. So kick out that opposite leg, toe pulls towards the shin, we call that the flex position. Plug the shoulder blades into the mat, pull the knee into the chest, lifting yourself up, slowly lowering yourself down. Now if you feel like this exercise is too easy or you're not getting it, pause at the top, slowly lower down. You wanna feel this all along the back of the thigh, right? Hamstrings and glutes. Don't forget the breath. Good, you got this. Really feeling it in my hamstrings, gotta kick my leg out. Let that lower back kiss the mat in between. Can you give me 2 more reps? There's 1 and 2, good. Go ahead and just roll over onto the side of the body. We're gonna be doing those side lying push-ups. So bottom arm is right overhead. Opposite hand is right in front of the chest. From there, you're just gonna push yourself up, slowly lower yourself right back down. Pushing yourself up, good. Single arm exercise. Pushing up, trying to keep the elbow pulled in towards the body, meaning you don't want the elbow to fly out. So keeping the elbow pulled in, pressing yourself up, and controlling yourself on the way down. Can you give me 3 more reps? That's 3, 2, almost there. 1, good. And then go ahead and switch sides. You're gonna feel that in your triceps tomorrow and you're gonna be glad you did. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Bottom arm is straight out. Opposite hand is right in front of the chest. And then all we're doing is we're just pushing ourselves up, slowly lowering ourselves down. Keep the elbow pulled in towards the body. Remember, you don't need to speed up these exercises. In fact, I'd rather you slow them down. Good, can you give me 3 more reps? Here's 3, 2, almost there. Last one, here we go. Good, nice. From there, go ahead and grab onto your weight. So this is the final 2 exercises. We're gonna end on these core exercises. We got our quarter get-ups. Grabbing onto your weight or no weight, your choice. The knee that is up is the arm that is up. Opposite limbs are running parallel to each other. You're pressing that weight up towards the sky, slowly lowering yourself right back down. Finishing nice and strong. Using the breath. Feeling yourself get stronger with each rep. Good. Can you give me 1 more on this side? Pressing yourself up, lowering yourself down, and then switching sides. That is like a dancing exercise. You feel yourself moving around on the mat. All right, from here, switch sides. The knee that's up is the arm that's up. Final exercise of our strength set. Finishing nice and strong. Targeting our obliques, our core. Right here, we got a little added bonus of the upper body by pushing this weight overhead. Good, almost there. Finishing up with the last few reps. Can you give me 2 more good ones? This one's 1. And then 2, lower yourself right back down. And then there we have it. From there, let's go ahead and sit up. You can get rid of your weight. And then we're just gonna head into a stretch. So I just want you to go ahead and flip over. And we're gonna start with a downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, reach the tailbone to the sky. Good, so I'd rather you have bent knees than a bent spine. So bend the knees, push the tailbone to the sky. And then let's take 5 breaths here. Inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. So holding on to this downward facing dog position, I want you to think about driving in or sliding into home plate. So you're pressing the hands like you're sliding into home plate. Baseball reference, take a deep breath in and sigh it out. From there, I just want you to go ahead and bring your left leg forward, right knee down to the mat, and then you're just gonna lift yourself up. So we're in this runner's lunge, stretching out the right hip flexor. If you would like to make it a little bit more intense, feel free to come on down to more of a lizard stretch where both hands are on the inside of the foot, and we'll hold it for about 5 breaths. Whew, feeling good after that full body strength sesh, a much rewarded stretch session. Go ahead and give me 1 more deep breath in. And then you're gonna tuck the back toe under. Let's turn it into an active lunge. And then all I want you to do is open up your chest towards the thigh. Good. From there, go ahead and bring the hand down. We're just gonna switch sides. So right leg is gonna be forward, left leg is going to be back. Start in the passive stretch, back knee is on the ground. Then you're just gonna lift yourself up. Or you can have both hands down on the mat, depending on what feels best for you. So you should feel a wonderful stretch all throughout this left hip flexor right here. Really focusing on slowing down the breath. And all I want you to do is go ahead and bring both hands down to the mat. We're gonna activate that back leg, lifting it up. And then whenever you're ready, you can just go ahead and twist yourself open. And 5 breaths here. So chest is facing the thigh. Straight line from the head all the way towards that back heel. Last breath. From there, go ahead and drop that back knee down. And then all I want you to do is slowly shift yourself back, and we're just gonna go ahead and sit on our booty. Straighten the legs out in front of you, go ahead and shake them out. Sitting up nice and tall, pull the toes towards the shin. All I want you to do is inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale, forward fold. So if you can't touch your toes, it's okay. Go ahead and take a slight bend in the knees. You can hold onto the shins, but relax the shoulders and just breathe. Spending about 5 breaths here. Are in that forward folded position, let your head relax. And with the hands, slowly start to walk yourself up. We're gonna get into the hips again. Go ahead and bend one knee, doesn't matter which one, and then I want you to cradle your leg, almost like it's a baby. And we're just gonna go ahead and open up this hip right here. Toe pulls towards the shin if you can, and you're just kind of rocking that leg. Sit up nice and tall. Now, if holding on to the ankle is a little bit too challenging, you can always just hug the knee into the chest. I know that this is a tough position, but go ahead and release. Let's balance it out. You're just gonna go ahead and either cradle the leg. You'll notice one side is tighter than the other. This is my right leg, and it is definitely tighter, just cradling it out. Good. And then go ahead and release, and then let's come right back up to standing. Thank you so much for working out with me and Under Armour today. That was a super intense workout, but we made it the whole way through. If you'd like to find me, you can find me online at Charlee Atkins, and I hope to see you at another Class FitSugar workout soon.